TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings, with me, Oberon. And this is my Emotional Exchanges, my weekly forecast into the relationship, emotional kind of issues of our lives. You know, it doesn't have to always be about love. Sometimes it's just about those rough kind of things that are going on. To wit, we are trying to do the reading based on what kind of emotion or feeling is actually coming towards you. Why is this important? And where will it lead to? And I do that with those three cards for those three questions and my Modern Love Tarot by the wonderful Ethony, cards designed by Lucy Morningstar. So it's a beautiful deck. Down and dirty, we're just going to do this for the elemental signs of the zodiac, starting with the air signs. Air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So what's going on? What is coming towards you? What is the vibe coming towards you? And that card just about jumped out at me. No wonder. It's the Four of Pentacles. And it's upright. And the Four of Pentacles, what's coming towards you maybe is the idea that you need to hold on to what you have. That maybe there's a sense of an ownership going on here. It could be related to the home like the picture shows there. But more likely, it's about maybe having that material aspect of love or emotion as yours to hold on to, and you don't want to see it leaving you. And maybe there's a question behind the question saying, is that possible? Are you possibly facing a challenge that makes you want to hold on closer, tighter to what you have? Where is this leading to? Or I'm sorry, why is it important? Bam. The Lovers reversed. So, it's important because there may be something going on in your relationships right now. These are not necessarily love relationships. It could be other kinds of relationships, but maybe the idea that you need to hold on is because maybe somebody else is trying to move away. That's the easiest explanation for the Lovers reverse. Sometimes, of course, it means it's a decision you make to choose something better over something that you should realize is obviously not worth your time or involvement. So ultimately, we want to know, where is this going to lead? Where is it leading to? And it's more Pentacles. It's the reversed Page of Pentacles. And to me, where it leads to is maybe a sense of loss, a sense of not being able to hold on, like the first card indicates, a sense of feeling, you know, that the game is over in a sense, or that you didn't realize what was going on. You know, sometimes the Page of Pentacles has a knowledge quotient about it, and maybe not being able to find the information or realize or understand the information was what made the difference here, if that's actually going to happen. You know, they say forewarned is forearmed, so good luck, air signs. So right along with the down and dirty, we are now moving towards the fire signs. Fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So once again, we ask those questions. What's coming towards you, emotionally speaking? Why is it important? And where will it lead to? Fire signs for the week ahead. This is your moment. More Pentacles reversed. It's the three, well, the first, some of those were reversed. The first card, what is coming towards you? The reversed Three of Pentacles. And again, this looks like a falling out of some sort. This looks like maybe somebody realizing they can do this on their own. They don't need to have a relationship, or they don't need to have friends, or they don't need to have someone on their side emotionally. Maybe somebody is feeling, fire signs, like you're too smart for everybody. You can kind of figure it all out on your own. And to some degree that does sound like some of the fire signs, so I'm just going to leave that there. But why is this important then, that this is coming towards you? And it's the Nine of Pentacles, and maybe it's true then. Maybe it's true that you don't need them. You have your wonderful garden, your wonderful palace, where you can enjoy and be contented with what your life has wrought. So maybe what we're seeing here is that from that emotional point of view, there somehow is a rippling in the force around you. There's discohesion in arrangements, and maybe people are feeling like, they don't like you being in charge. I guess that's plain and simple. But for the fire signs, that's kind of a given, that they often can be or will be in charge. But it's important for you to realize that no matter what they are doing, others in your relationship sphere, you still will be at peace. You will still be enjoying what you have carved out for yourself. So where will this ultimately lead to? And it's the King of Cups, but it's reversed. You're on that boat, but maybe you're on that boat alone, or maybe this is just going to be for this time period we're talking about, approximately a week. You're just going to be emotionally a little bit off from other people in your relationships or situations, your family. People are not going to necessarily feel like they feel warmth coming from you or love. They don't necessarily feel like you care about them. And so that's the result, is if you let people go, and sometimes when people threaten to go, you shouldn't necessarily give in to their demands. But if you let them go, they ultimately will feel you didn't care about them. But do you care if you're still, doing what's important to you? Fire signs? I think it is your nature. So let's move on to the water signs then. Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Emotionally speaking, you're the ones who really are pretty clear emotionally where you're at, and a lot of things are not where you're at. Sometimes you're just really able to indicate what the emotional problems or upsets are in your life. But I don't want to poison the water too much about you. There's obviously very good things about being a water sign. Number one, you can claim me as one of your own, Scorpio. But at any rate, we are asking those questions again. What emotion or feeling is coming to you, the vibration? Why is this important? And where will it lead to? And maybe water signs are doing better. They have the Ten of Cups. So what's coming towards you is a realization that you can be happy in the overall world. It's not necessarily a happiness of a love affair. It's a happiness that sort of is more felt through a family or a group of some sort, or just an overall feeling of contentment. It's a pinnacle. Ten of Cups is the pinnacle. It's really what you want. You want that happy life forever. So why is it important? Well, it's always important to want what you want, but maybe it's important to feel this vibration coming towards you, because maybe there's also something that says, I don't know, there's a lot of bad competition. Is this people trying to get what you have? Are people trying to have your life either with you or take it away from you? I don't know. That's all ultra dramatic, but we are talking about water signs here. When I see the Five of Wands reversed, I feel like there's people who are really fighting in certain ways, or they're really competing for the same thing, and they don't feel like they can really all share it for some reason. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I think I can struggle through it. Let's see. Okay, sorry about that. So where will this lead to? Now it leads to the Six of Cups. And maybe the idea is that you have to go back in certain ways to what made you happier before and what you felt, was really valid and emotionally sustainable. And so it may be that if there is something really hard or rough about getting to here, you may still want to be able to go back to there at least, where the happiness of the past was able to really satisfy you. Or is it saying really that, that's what you have if you let these frictions, these competitions and things destroy you? I don't know, water signs. It's kind of a tough call. So finally then, we are on the earth signs. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And so this reading is for you, and it, of course, you can be in certain ways nearly the opposite of the water signs, a little bit more reserved or harder to read when emotions are underneath your mask. Still, all of us, air, fire, water, earth, we are emotional beings, and we want to be loved. We want to love others. Mostly, there are some of us who maybe don't have one care for the world, but that's not why they're here watching my emotional exchanges. So once again, earth signs, what emotion or feeling is coming to you? What vibration's coming to you? You kind of hit the jackpot. You have the 4 wands. So maybe you're moving towards a celebration of some sort, and maybe it's about indicating, what you have built, the house you have built, the house of love you have built, whether it's family, community, co-workers, good friends, whether it is an actual relationship family or one that you belong to that is part of a greater you are. This is coming to you, the idea of really celebrating that, earth signs, of really indicating, your feelings of care for this family, for this growth, this foundation. Why is this important? And it's the Hanged Man. And maybe the Hanged Man is here to tell you that you will have to give more for this. You will have to put something considerably of yourself into this process with the first cards. So you should be prepared for that. There's wands in here that look like little, ornamental walkways, but they come from a tree, which is over here. And the tree is what you are hanging from too. I just might have to go out there and say that there are some challenges to getting to that first card there. And a lot of this is about suspension of your ego and really embracing that moment there of that couple in the figures in that card there, being part of the problem or the solution. So, stammering here a little bit, back to the Pentacles. Where does this lead to? The reverse 7 of Pentacles. And this is saying action is needed. It's one thing to hang there wondering what to do. I mean, you're able to put, what clarity you need about getting here in view, but it's really going to be more about figuratively meditating or envisioning that beauty. It's about working towards it too. And that the 7 of Pentacles says work is needed to bring things into fruition. And if this is of the heart, then go ahead and let that ego be suspended so that you can understand how your heart should beat in tandem with the other hearts around you that help you build that. Beautiful, earth signs. As Banshee would say, maybe you guys are winning the week, emotionally speaking. So that's it for my emotional exchanges, and I thank you for coming. I want to remind you, of course, that I'd like to remind you to watch some of our other shows, including the live shows we do during the week. Those are Sunday afternoon, probably not when the Lions are winning their football tournament thing, 2 to 4 p.m. Sundays. people line up pretty quick. So if you don't get there in the first half hour, you may not be able to get a reading. We let you ask questions for our live periods, and so we read a few more cards and we try to help you out with the actual question. We also do this on Thursday nights. That was last night. So that's from 7 to 9 p.m. Saturdays, we have a different live show. It's called The Happy Hour. And the Happy Hour, we just pull one card for each person who arrives in the chat room, makes their presence known. You don't have to wait for it. You can always navigate back later, but we just pull one card from our Happy Tarot, and we try to give you the most positive, divine, uplifting message we can. All right. And then, of course, Sundays is Banshee's show, The Material Matters, where she does for your economic life, your materialistic life, what I have done for your emotional and possibly spiritual life. So there you have it. That's at 10 a.m. Her show is pre-recorded like this one, but we are both live in the chat room to kind of hang out, talk to people, and explain the reading a little more if necessary. And that's our shows for the week. So just once again, take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.